you choose to eat healthy, one of the advice that's usually told to you is please choose your products very carefully, eat healthy, and read labels. Thought that, okay, I have read the labels, but I haven't understood so much. So how and who can explain this to me? So have this thoughts crossed your mind. And today we have chosen this very interesting topic of label reading, so that you get to understand why it is important. Most of us know why it is important, but how to read it, and because it particularly has a very deep information that no one explains to us. Whoever asks us to be healthy doesn't bother to explain to us. So today we have taken the opportunity to be there and explain. So I am Preeti Ayappan. I'm a nutrition and lifestyle coach, and we have Anil Grover, who is a functional medicine practitioner and a health coach.
Good evening, everyone, or good morning. Welcome. Yes, Preeti, this is a very important topic simply because what we put into our mouth, we should know what we are eating. It's important. And the labels are there designed by the government health authorities to make it very clear and easy for us so that no one can fool around that what exactly is going into our bodies. And actually, it is not only for the labels of food products, even labels for healthcare products, anything which we are putting on a skin, a hair, a body, or for our family, children, also goes into our bloodstream, also goes, or we are in a way also eating that. So actually, food labels or healthcare labels, if your face cream or body cream, anything you hesitate to put on your tongue and eat it, you should not apply it to your skin because it's the same thing. So that's why it is essential, very, very important to understand the labels very well.
So, what should we look for when you look at a label? Mostly, we do that in grocery shops and explain when it comes to skincare or any medicines. Then we usually look for expiry date, manufacturing date, and all of that. And mostly in grocery stores, I've seen women and men looking at labels and trying to comprehend what's written over there. So, what should we look for?
I think it would be wonderful if we could go into a grocery shop where all the labels were, all the packets were displayed backside front. Because the first thing you have to do is not give importance to what's written in the front. The front of the packet will only show what is in trend. Any information which has just come out or something fads, anything new, and the whole industry, unfortunately, we all are just after making money, attracting people. So words like natural, organic, vegan, no added sugar,
Trans fat
zero
free,
trans fat
gluten
free,
free.
gluten free. Whole of Asia, India, we eat wheat. It's a staple food, but without understanding, okay, only for some gluten could be a problem, but gluten free and nature
No
identical,
preservatives.
no preservatives. So we just go in for what we have heard on the television or what has become fad, like vegan. And so that is displayed to catch our eyes. Zero cholesterol, plant foods, anything made from anything which is non-meat will not have cholesterol. So if you are buying anything which is not originating from meat, if to write the word zero cholesterol makes no sense because there cannot be any cholesterol. But we have just heard something that cholesterol is bad, so it will be plastered everywhere on the label in the front side. Get to see two different components which present to us two absolutely different pictures.
Yeah. So now you said there are two important things, information that you get to see on a label. So can you elaborate on that? Like, what are these two important things?
So let us first look into the easy and the important aspect. Both are important, but something which is easy, for which we do not need a lot of education. Everyone can understand it and everyone should. I come across so many people read it, they don't give importance to it. It is very, very important. It is very simple. That is the ingredients list. We need to know, because as per law, what is inside the packet or whatever the food product is, what it is made of, the ingredients have to be listed, starting with the ingredient which has the maximum weight. Simple.
Okay.
So what comes on top is the maximum amount in that
Maximum
product,
amount. Yes.
right? So,
Yeah.
so let us take some examples. So when you let us take some examples.
Anil, I have a question. So in the top three, if I see sugar or added sugar, which means that the product has a lot of sugar in it.
So the maximum amount of the ingredients, the maximum portion is of sugar.
Okay.
So, but then I'm sure that you won't buy it. So
Yes.
there are legally ways also to overcome that. You know, the government authorities, health authorities will find their rules and regulations, and human beings by nature will find loopholes legally to overcome them. So they can find different words for sugar. You know, like they can say sugar, maltodextrin, glucose, and divide it so that all these three things get divided, and maybe you find them somewhere in the list. But if you understand they're the same thing but different names, and if you add them together, definitely then that ingredient, in this case sugar, would be absolutely the maximum. You know, so it would be just like you're having or feeding your family and children sugar. That's it. Added sugar. So examples will make it very clear. So let us share the screen and try to make it a bit easy. I hope there are none of your favorite foods in it. I don't want you to leave something out which you have been disappointed, which you had been enjoying till now. So let's share the screen. Okay, this is just, you know, the words which plastered and displayed everywhere, which actually are just to attract people. You know, the components, the food product inside may have no relevance to these, but they will be there, and people have just thought they have learned a lot, they've become smart, and they'll read this and they'll buy. So coming to the ingredients, when you see the backside, the top part is the serving size, the calories, you know, which we'll come to it later on. But the bottom part is easy. Now, let us say, Preeti, this is your, let us say example, this is your favorite chocolate, right? Which you enjoy after your lunch and evening dinner. So, chocolate is made of cacao. Cacao is a pod. It's very healthy. It is a powerful antioxidant. So, but what is this chocolate made of? Ingredients, sugar. So it means the maximum ingredient in this chocolate slab which you are eating is just sugar. Then comes milk solids, which again is not cacao. We want chocolate. Chocolate is made from cacao. Then we get to see cacao, you know, and then we get to see emulsifiers, certain things which would bind together the fat and all that. And the numbers are international numbers. If you can check them up, and you'll see that maybe there could be chemical, synthetic numbers to make the product, you know, look nice and presentable when it's made. And it also says it contains added flavors. Natural. Now, natural can mean that it is not cacao, but it is something else which has been modified and the fragrance resembles of cacao. So these are all tricks, you see. So natural or nature identical, and it also says artificial. Vanilla is a very expensive ingredient, so it's very expensive. So this is artificial vanilla. flavoring substances, right? So here we get to see that if someone is wanting to enjoy chocolate, real chocolate, there's hardly any chocolate in it.
Yes.
And the top part, which we will come to it later on, but just touch on it now, is about the calories and some other important things. First, we will just touch on the ingredients, because ingredients is easy to understand. But since this page is open, 100 grams, you can understand 100 grams would be how much. So this is per 100 grams. Now for 100 grams, I think a slab would be maybe more of chocolate. So maybe some people can end up eating 100 grams, Although this is not the way it is supposed to be presented, but never mind, 100 grams. What I just want to touch on is that it has 534 calories coming from sugar and milk and other things, but not from cacao. So now 534 calories, that would be equal to around 2 or 3 plates of salads. Someone could be eating a meal of 500-600 calories with rice. With
match 100 grams. To match 100 grams in this packet.
Yes, just 100 grams has 524 calories, and in a day we need 2,000 calories. 2,000. But this chocolate you ate after your meal. So then people say, I don't know why I'm putting on weight, because you are eating far more than 2,000 calories if we are going to eat like this. Now we move on to the next example. Now this just picked up from somewhere. Now the front here it says refined wheat flour, which is maida. Then it says again sugar. And then it seems it's from some kind of a chocolate thing. And choco covering, again sugar. Hydrogenated vegetable oils, many people understand that is harmful, and the numbers of emulsifiers and all these things, various other things, starches, and there are so many numbers. Now nature does not give us food with all these kind of numbers. If there was an ingredient for apple, it would be 100% apple, 100% carrot, that's it. So this is something very synthetic. But the front part would be very tempting, it's full of, it has oils, liquid glucose, in other words is sugar, inverted syrup, another word is sugar. So maybe if they were added together, it might show up on the top. So this can give us an idea that what is going into our mouth. And our grandparents, they never put any food into the mouth which had all these strange numbers, because that time everything was fresh. Now products are made and they are shipped and they are transported, so preservatives are needed. So before I go on to the next slide, which is the same topic carrying on, you are getting anything? The picture?
I got it. Yeah. I understood. So we mainly looked at the ingredients. And do you want to also mention that the best quality products have the lesser number of ingredients?
Yes, okay, let's look at one of that. Okay, so but before we go there, something else here, refined wheat flour and whole wheat. So now this packet, if we saw the front would have been whole wheat written very big, because there is whole wheat in it. Yes. But it is only 20%, it stays there. So what is the rest? The rest, more than 20%, is the refined wheat flour.
Refined wheat.
But the people seeing the front would buy because it says whole wheat flour. And whole wheat flour could be in this case 20%, in some other cases could be 5% only.
Right.
Vegetable oils are highly inflammatory. So here we have that will be used because the product has to be competitive. And then you see here the word sugar, and then we see again liquid glucose, that is also sugar. Then again we see maltodextrin, which is also sugar. So if those three things were combined, maybe it would be in the front. Again, this product is again full of sugar.
Yes. Sugar is not called sugar everywhere in all the products. It has almost like 50 to 60 different names. It's called.
Yes. And they all are
labels.
Yes, in labels, yes. And then, no added sugar, then artificial sugars are used. They are worse. They are worse because whatever we are eating, the microbiome, the probiotics, the good bacteria which the genetics of that is 10 times more than our genes, they also get to eat it, and they also respond according to what they are fed, and it affects our intestine lining. So it's a different topic which we have covered in different
Gut
chapters.
health. Yes.
So it's very important. So now let us look at this product. A traditional whole rye crisp bread, and the backside ingredients: whole grain rye flour, yeast to make the
Yes.
bread, water and salt.
Wow.
That's
That's
it.
it. Mm.
So we can understand, very well what we are feeding ourselves, our family, and our children. That's so important for them, for our children.
Yeah.
So reading ingredients is not so difficult. The lesser the ingredients, the language which we understand, that's it. What we don't understand, believe me, our grandparents
Something
never
we
put
should
it in
not
the
eat.
mouth.
Yes.
No, don't eat it. The more numbers there are, the more complicated things we can understand. No need to eat it if you can avoid it. As simple as that. So that was the ingredient. So that is rather, I would say that's rather easy. We should look, and companies do follow it now. It's almost in all countries nowadays a rule, and if the ingredient list is not there, we should not buy it. Simple as that. You know. So the next part is about the serving size, right? You wanted to know something about the serving size. People want to know about
Yes.
it.
Yeah. The second important thing in a label.
In the label. Okay, that also plays an important role because this is how the label is supposed to look like. This is the latest label. These are laws and rules, so they keep being updated. So here, do you see that this packet serving size, it says 2/3 of a cup, which is 55 grams, right?
Yes.
And it says that this packet has 8 servings per container, means per packet, whatever it is, right? It's example. This is the example from the United States label law. So now I'm not sure, maybe this is yours or anyone's favorite things inside it. I'm not sure whether they have so much of control that they are going to end up eating only one serving size, which is 2/3 of a cup. Right? Do you think you have so much control. If this was your favorite chips or your
No,
favorite cookies, you,
I
hmm?
wouldn't eat it. I'm a nutrition coach.
Well, that's great. Let me tell you, I'm also a coach, but I do fail often, and I might end up eating 2 or 3 servings.
Oh gosh.
So, in simple
Okay.
words,
Uh-huh.
so
Mm.
in the big 230 calories is only for
Yeah.
one serving. So it's a way of
Yes.
presentation, you know. But people may eat 3 or 4 servings. So you multiply 230 by 3, which is 660 calories.
Wow.
660 calories. And again,
Yeah.
let me tell you, a normal meal would be around 600 calories, 700 calories, with a salad, with some soup, and with some, bread or rice, will be also 600, 700 calories, 500 calories. And your
Mm.
favorite junk food would also be 600 calories, which you might be adding on after your meal.
Mm.
And if you would go through the ingredients list, maybe it would not be all that healthy too. So that's why we get sick. So that's why
Yes.
it's very important to understand things that serving size is as per them, not as per what human beings eat, and not as per the countries. In some countries, they need to eat more; they are big. Some countries, people are small. It depends. And then on the right side, the how much of fat is in that. So again, there are rules which is not mentioned here. So, so labels don't help us because we have not been taught. I don't know who's supposed to teach us, the hospital, the doctor's clinic, that what does 10% mean? What does 5% mean? What does 13%, 20% mean? It's listed there.
We
So to
teach
make it very
everyone.
easy, it means that if this one has a fat of 10%, it says 10% means as per the health authorities, in a day we are supposed to take in a certain amount of fat. Actually, the latest numbers now are at 78 grams, the revised numbers. So, in this one serving, I am covering my day's 10% fat. But just now we realize that you are going to have 3 servings. Or let me say, if I get the chance, I would have 3 servings. So by just this food product, I would be eating 30%, 10% into thrice, 30% of my fat in days intake I would cover by this packet, this serving, 3 servings. So this way it helps us, that if the fat was around 20-30% listed here by chance, so I would be covering my entire day's fat by just this one product.
One product.
So that is how the numbers help us. So if someone is
Mm.
interested, in detail, we can coach them in detail how it works, because The numbers are there, but we are not taught how to understand them. So how much carbohydrates we could be covered, how much sugar. So the latest law says if any sugar is being added, it has to be recorded now, the little. So this product has added sugar 20%. And as I just said, that one serving is not enough for me. I need 3 servings. So that is 60% of the sugar here was added, not from the product. White sugar added extra into it to make it more sweet. And often we can see this problem with
So the product
salt.
already has sugar. The product already has sugar in it. Just to
Correct.
make it more sweet, they're adding more sugar. That's the meaning of
Yes.
added sugar.
Absolutely, because if the product was from grains or fruits, grains, that will already have carbohydrate, and the
Natural
end product
sugar.
of carbohydrate will have natural sugar, but yet to make it more sweet, extra sugar was being added. So the latest law, I think a year or 2 years ago now, says added sugar has to be mentioned separately, right? Fiber is mentioned separately. Salt is very important because people are worried about blood pressure. So sodium is also mentioned always. So let us take the example, going back to ingredients again. Soup powder. We all think soup is healthy, right? So you have got home something for your family, a healthy soup. You don't want to make at home, tomato soup. So, but the first part, ingredient, if you would read, is sugar. So means this soup is full of sugar. And then starch, maize starch, tomato paste, 15% only. Refined wheat flour, common salt. So it's a lot of salt because salt is coming rather up in the list. Vegetable fat, and all these numbers, various numbers and all. And maybe the person would just read it says contains added flavors and okay. So we see that if you tomato soup.
Tomato soup, I just use tomatoes.
That's it.
Why do I need all
Here
this?
So here is sugar, here's lots of salt, here's lots of flour, the refined flour.
Yeah.
And believe me, if this
And there is
product,
an anti-caking agent.
yeah, to keep it's a soup powder ingredient, so to keep it powdery.
Yeah.
And since we all think that soups are healthy, so if you would get a soup like this, I'm sure you're going to tell your kids or your family to have double or triple the amount because soup is healthy.
Yeah.
Right? So
talking, my goodness. And
so
acidity regulator.
So you're going to feed them more sugar, you're going to feed them more refined flour with the soup and a bit of tomato. So ingredients play a role, and this I wanted to bring it up because of the salt, because soups will always have lots of salts. The salt permitted per day is 2,400 milligrams, and often I have seen in soups more than that. And believe me, a healthy person, busy person coming home from office, people living nowadays alone and busy, they would go in for soups, and 1 or 2 cans, one will not be enough. So just the sugar intake day's intake is getting covered up by one um, packaged food like that.
Absolutely.
So let us take another example of the favorite of everyone. So here, this is not a label which is very correctly written, but okay, we get just what I wanted to show you. If you can guess what this is, ingredients: potato and vegetable oil. Only two things ingredient mainly. Rest are just spices, you know. So just two things: potato and vegetable oil.
Vegetable oil.
What could it be? It's
Potato
everyone's
chips.
favorite. Potato chips. And and here it
Very
says
tempting.
per 100 grams, right? A normal packet is around 120 grams, 130 grams. And believe me, being a coach, I know I'm not supposed to do it. So I don't get these packets at home, but when I do see them, I try to have 2 or 3 chips, but I always will end up finishing
You can never
the
put the packet down, yes.
So this is only 100 grams, but it's supposed to be 130 grams. So this 130 grams will be having around 700 calories.
Wow.
700 calories is a full proper meal. So where did these calories come from? They came from the oil.
Oil.
How do we know that? Total fat. So for 100 grams, total fat is 36 grams.
35. Wow.
35.7. That means half the content was almost fat. And the daily fat intake allowed is 78 grams. So this one packet of potato chips is giving you 50% of the daily intake of fat. And which quality of fat? That is another aspect. It is not some very healthy fat. Naturally, it's going to be some competitive fat. Here we see palm oil. So you get to see, you're getting to see the importance of, and here, you know, serving size is not mentioned. Maybe they could have mentioned, you know, that 10 chips is equal to 1 serving size.
Yeah.
But everyone finishes a packet. So you get to buy chips in those small packets, but people start ending up eating 2-3 packets.
Yeah.
Because they are designed, they are made with a lot of technology to attract a taste.
Absolutely. And sodium mentioned here is 942 milligrams.
Good you notice that. So 100 grams, but a packet would be around 130 grams. So that's over 1,000 grams of sodium salt.
Wow.
So one packet of potato chip, you have consumed your permitted 50% salt, and your other meals are still there of the day. And in every meal, you're going to add more salt because our taste buds, we have ruined our taste buds. So you're taking in much, much, much more salt. So was it, you know, in the short presentation, that's how
it's on guilt.
Tried to present. We are trying to present this. If anyone is interested, it can be explained. You know, actually, this should be explained to children in schools, health institutions. It's important because now almost everything is packaged. Our parents and grandparents, packaging food was maybe just 5%. Now it is 95% packaged food and maybe 5% foods from nature where luckily we don't need any ingredient or any labels are not needed from
vegetables,
the foods provided by God. Yes. So you feel this is important? Everyone should know about these things?
It is important, and people should learn how to read labels and the deeper information that's there, which most of us don't really pay attention to. So it's us as coaches who will guide you and make you understand what you're eating and what to pick and what to not pick when you go for grocery shopping. That's really important.
Very important.
Yeah. So perhaps to begin with, you should open your fridge and look at the processed foods if you have anything in your freezer. Just have a look at the serving size and whatever we discussed today, and that will throw a lot of light on what you're eating, what you're consuming every single day, and what we are feeding our children.
Yes, so important for children, so important for young, kids, babies, because that's the time the system is getting ready for the future when they are going to be teens. It's the young age we make them ready for the teens. The microbiome in the stomach, it manages the immune system for their growth when they're growing up at the age of 1 to 7. At the age of 1 to 7, the microbiome, the probiotics, tune up the immune system for the balanced life. And we have a choice, but the probiotics in our gut don't have a choice. They have to eat what we put in our mouth.
Yes. And mostly it's very difficult to avoid these kind of food because they come with loads of, they're very tasty and they are very tempting because they're marketed in such a way and they've made
Correct.
sure that they taste so good that and they are merchandised in shops in a way that it's always kept at eye level. So, but
Yes.
it is, I believe, like it should be us who should be very determined to eat healthy. And when you're
Yes.
determined to eat healthy, just read the information and see
Very
like what you're
important.
choosing to put in your mouth.
It's very important. Very important. We can control a lot,
Yes.
even if the calorie part was difficult to grasp or this easy, but at least the ingredients part is easy, not to see the front but to read the back. The front, unfortunately, is a marketing lie. Unfortunately, the back, as per law, helps us to
Has to be there.
have some control over what we are putting into our mouth. Okay, so I hope we were of help to you all.
I'm sure it was useful, yeah.
We'll keep coming up with more such information so that we all can live a healthy life.
Yes, absolutely. And if you have any comments, you have any questions, please feel free to write your comments below the video. It's on YouTube as well as on Facebook and all social media handles. And Anil's website is www.backtobeginnings.com and mine is risingonmyown.com. So, and we are present on social media handles as Back to Beginnings and Rising on My Own. So we will be very happy to answer your questions. And if you need any coaching advice or if you need any coaching service for yourself, please do approach both of us. We'll be very happy to help you.
Good. Wonderful. Thank you.